soldiers turning their swords into plowshares goes back to the book of Isaiah in the Bible, but it's being lived out in new ways today as U.S. veterans transition back into society from battle. Karen Archiplay, co-founder of Archie's Acres, which trains military vets to become organic farmers, joins us now all the way from Escondido, California. Karen, welcome to Greensense.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So you're going to have to tell us your story on how you worked in the fashion industry and what inspired you to launch Archie's Acres.
Okay, well, I was a hat maker for many years, and I always say I prayed to God to be a millionaire. God misunderstood, and there I was a millionaire. And we're still working out the list. But my husband actually had joined the Marine Corps, and so he was part of 3-1 Lima, and when he came back from his third tour in Iraq, he was part of the invasion, the Battle of Fallujah, and his third tour was Haditha, just as that became a hot spot. And we built our first greenhouse during that time. And at the completion of that, we realized that we could match his income as a 3-1 infantry, what do you call it? Squad leader. Thank you. 3-1 squad leader. And we just basically created our program so he almost re-enlisted because so many of the people he served with were re-enlisting because they couldn't find employment.
So making the transition from fashion to farming, was that happened over a short period of time? Was it abrupt? Was it a long transition? Talk a little bit about that.
I'm going to say it was abrupt. We moved from Los Angeles to Escondido, which is North County, San Diego. And my husband was in the military at the time. I was here working the farm, getting things set up until he came home in the following April of 2006. And so basically farming took over. I went into real estate for a short while. I was a loan officer between the 30-year fix. And as that bubble burst, we actually were full-fledged farming and trading.
What inspired you to go beyond farmers producing vegetables to farmers producing additional farmers? Because you're really training the farmers, not just producing vegetables.
That's correct. We grow farmers here. The way that happened is my husband almost re-enlisted, and that was not okay with me. So we made an agreement that if he could work with the people he had served with in agriculture, which he did not believe the military would embrace, that he would agree to stay here and work on a farm. And so we created the Veteran Sustainable Agriculture Training Program, which is now known as Archie's Institute for Sustainable Agriculture, in partnership with Cal Poly Pomona.
That's really great. And what is it about farming that's therapeutic for veterans?
Well, interesting, this is not a new idea. After World War II, that's where the Bureau of Land Management came up with that idea to match our war weary with farming agricultural land. And the whole thing is that agriculture doesn't care how you feel or what you've been through. As long as you feed the plants, they'll feed you and the community around you. And it is naturally therapeutic. There's neurotransmitters in your fingers, and when you're working with the plants and the soil, or in our case, hydro-organic, it's naturally therapeutic. You're making things grow.
That's pretty